This video is about gustar and encantar, so to like and to love things. And we're watching it so that we know how to say that someone likes or loves something. A couple terms you need to know. Verb, it's the action word. Conjugated, so infinitive is the unchanged original form of the verb. Conjugated is when it has changed and there's a subject in the sentence that it agrees with. And IOP stands for indirect object pronoun. And that is a fancy way of saying to whom or for whom an action is done. So on the behalf of or directed towards a person or thing. And your indirect object pronouns, IOPs, are me, te, le, nos, os, and les. So if it's done to me or for me, it would be me. For you, te. For him or her, le. For us as a group, nos. For y'all, as in you all, you're talking to a group of people, os. And to them or for them, les. Now, gustar, you've already seen since, I think, the beginning of the year. So gustar, we know it as to like. That's how we informally talk about gustar in English. But gustar literally means to be pleasing to. So gustar is actually a verb that you can't think subject, verb, and then the rest of the information. It actually goes backwards. So when you're saying me gusta pollo, I like chicken, you're really saying chicken is pleasing or it is pleasing to whom or for whom? To me. So the reason the verb's not conjugated me gusto is because then you're not saying I am pleasing to myself. You're saying the chicken or it is pleasing to me. So remember your AR verb forms o, as, a, amos, ais, an. It is pleasing, me gusta. The chicken or it is pleasing to me. This question, ¿te gustan las manzanas? Do you like apples? Or in this case, apples are pleasing. Are they pleasing to you? Now this isn't it anymore. This would be they. So that's your verb ending. So the apples or they are pleasing to you. That's why the verbs aren't conjugated like an average AR verb. Now, encantar is instead of like if you really like something, you would say encantar means to love. Now remember, it's not saying, if I say me encanta, I'm not saying I love whatever. You're saying the item is loved by me or by you or by us. So it still follows that same rule of back to front. So we love the burger or the burger is loved by us. So the burger is an it. Nos encanta. It is loved by us. This is a he or she, and this is bananas. So bananas, or they, are loved by him or by her. We don't know. And so bananas are a they, so that would be encantan. Bananas are loved by him or her. And then, let's see here. Les encanta jugar videojuegos y hablar por teléfono. So they love playing video games and talking on the phone. Or these actions are loved by them. Now you'll notice here that this actually ends in an A. Normally, if more than one thing is pleasing or loved by somebody, it uses the they form. But verbs are the only exception where no matter how many verbs you put in a row of how many things you like or love, it will still stay singular. So we just talked about this and we're going to add this into some formal notes. So remember, you have to think backwards. So what pleases or is loved by or to or for whom? So if it's me gusta el taco, I'm not saying I like taco or the taco. I'm saying the taco is pleasing to me. It's not the same as English grammar. If it's one thing, if it's gustar or encantar, it'll be your third person singular form. So this one, an AR verb in A, an ER verb in E, and an IR verb in E. If you like two or more things, it will be third person plural. So instead of it is pleasing or it is loved by, now it's they are pleasing or they are loved by. So for an AR verb ending in an A, and for two or more things ending AN. Remember, except you can have as many things as you like to do and the verb will still be third person plural. So verbs being liked don't follow the same rule. If you have a noun or nouns, you have to use the articles. So if you say, I like cereal, you're not going to say me gusta cereal, you'll say me gusta el cereal. Same as the banana sentence in the previous one. Le encantan los plátanos. I love, or excuse me, he or she loves the bananas. You need your article el, la, los, las, un, uno, unos, unas, whatever your article is. And if you have a third person, so if your subject pronoun is here, or belongs in any of those spots, the lay or the lace doesn't really tell us whether it's he likes it, she likes it, you formal likes it, or it likes it. So we ask you to provide a personal and then who it is. So for example, if the boys like it, you'd say a los chicos or a ellos les gusta. So now we know who is pleased by that item. And we have a couple of verbs that follow this format. This is not an exhaustive list, but these are the most common ones that you will see that follow the same format of back to front. Aburrir, so to be bored by. Doler, to hurt. Encantar, to love, or to be loved by. Gustar, to be pleasing to. Importar, to matter. And interesar, to be interesting. All right, we have a couple examples that we're going to work through and explain why they are the way they are. First sentence, you like to read magazines and watch TV. It's really saying watching TV and reading magazines are pleasing to you. Remember that even though there are two things being liked, those two things are actions, they're verbs. So gusta stays singular. Over here we have strawberries, or they are pleasing. That's why this ends in a they ending. They are loved, excuse me, not pleasing, by me, or I love strawberries. And we have an article in here. You need your articles with your nouns. All right, now trying to write them out. We like dancing and drawing. So really, dancing and drawing is pleasing, so that's not encantar, that's gustar, to... So if we like it, it's pleasing to us. So that is going to be nos. Liking is gustar. Let's leave the ending off. Dancing, to dance is bailar. And drawing, dibujar. So even though there's more than one thing being liked, or that is pleasing to, since they're verbs, since they're actions, this will stay singular. It's not gustan, it's gusta. Dancing and drawing are pleasing to us. And last one, they love cereal. They, that is going to be a les, and so it's pleasing to them. Now, since we don't have a clarification, you don't need to add a personal and then a name or a subject pronoun, but you could write in here ellos, or if you know who the they stands for, you would clarify it right there. So they love, that's not gustar, that's encantar. How many things do they love? Cereal, one thing. So it's going to end in A, and then since this is a noun, el is our article, el cereal. So it's the cereal is loved, or it is loved, by them. Please pause to copy. Pretty simple directions for this. You are going to write it in Spanish sentences using the verbs either gustar or encantar.